Hi, Rashmi Bhandari here, and today I've got Prajwal Rao with me. Hello, Prajwal.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, so Prajwal is my student from the EC branch, and he has cleared TCS Digital. So Prajwal had to first write the TCS NQT,
NQT.
and then you cleared the NQT, and then you wrote the digital, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Prajwal, would you just tell us, for the viewers, what was the eligibility?
Eligibility criteria was like only B, ME, and MTech people who are passing out at 2021
21,
batch
huh?
are eligible, and you need to have 60% aggregate in your 10th, 12th, and engineering, and you should have only one active backlog,
Okay.
and there should be only 1 year gap between the
Okay. All right.
academics.
And the best part is he has cleared NQT and he's got a package now of 7 lakhs per annum. Okay, so it's a very good package, Prajwal. So if you can tell us, what was the first thing? I mean, you had to first apply for the national qualifier test.
National qualifier
Yeah.
test. First, in the month of October, we had to apply for the national qualifier test,
Huh.
and then they gave us a slot.
Okay.
It was I had my slot on 26th of October.
Uh-huh.
So in that we had 5 sections.
Okay.
So one was verbal ability, which had 24 questions. You had to answer that in 30 minutes, and then we had the reasoning ability.
Uh-huh.
It had 26 questions in 40 minutes.
All right.
And then we had numerical ability, which had about 26 questions in 50 minutes.
All right.
Then there was programming logic wala part. In that we had 10 questions. We had to answer it within 15 minutes.
Okay.
Then there were 2 codes that we had to solve.
Okay. So you just tell me, anyway, the quants and whatever, how was it? I mean, that was simple, fair enough?
It was not that easy. It was at a medium level.
At a medium level. And what were the topics that were asked?
Normal aptitude. It was covered from everywhere around the aptitude syllabus,
Okay.
like HCF, LCM, and all of these trains and the boats and streams.
Okay.
All of that work and all the topics from
Okay.
the.
And you also had an
aptitude.
English section or?
Yes, English section, verbal ability section.
So what was there? Paragraph?
There
or?
were about 3 different passages. We had some 4 questions from each passage. There were 3 different passages and all other jumbled sentences. All of that things were there.
Okay. So once you cleared that, there was negative marking?
There were no negative marking,
Alright.
but you had been given a time limit. It is not like you answer pretty early for verbal ability. You don't get the extra time for quantitative aptitude.
Okay.
It is like the time slot is fixed for that. If
okay.
you finish before that, you have to wait until the time slot ends.
Okay, okay. So what would be your suggestion how to go about it?
Take your own time, take enough time. There is nothing to hurry in this.
Yeah.
Each section has its own time limit. So take your own time to answer each of those questions.
Okay.
Get whichever you're sure, mark it out, and rest of it it's left to guess, because there is no negative markings.
All right. And then how was you said that after this quant, I mean the apti, you had the what?
After the aptitude, programming logic.
Programming. So what was there in that?
It was basically based on the basics of data structures and a few questions on DBMS and a few programming logic questions.
Okay, like say example, would you remember?
Like they would give us some pseudocode. We need to give the output of that pseudocode. That sort of questions. Or like they would give us a logic of a tree. They would ask, is it tree or a graph or anything else? Such questions.
All right. And then after that you had the
programming questions. We had 2 programming questions. Both were kind of simple. We could solve it. There were about 6 to 7 programming languages. I used Python to solve it.
Okay.
You even had the option of C, Java, C++, and a few other.
All right. So you could use any of it to solve that.
Yes.
And majority of them took Python, is it, or
Yes,
is it C?
whichever they're comfortable with.
All
they can
right.
take.
So you being from EC, was it difficult for you, or do you find it?
These 2 questions were easy for me.
All right.
The next round was
All right. So once you finished this, you were clear. You qualified for the.
a few days later we got the result. So in
no
that,
interview was held for you.
it was later. It was in the later stage.
But for NQT, no interview.
No NQT, no interview.
All right.
After that, we got the results. In that, they sent a mail that I was a Ninja topper. So I would be given an opportunity to write the digital test.
All right.
So that was an advanced coding round. So that had 2 coding questions which I had to solve in 1 hour. So that those questions were a bit moderate level questions. One was a mathematical logic. If you get the logic right, you can write the code easily. But getting that logic right is the thing. And the other one was using a sorting algorithm to sort the elements and get a few elements from that sorted list.
Okay. So, I mean, can you give a little bit of a, can you explain it a little bit more clearly so that, you know, the viewers who are watching, like, how was the question?
It was like they gave a number, like if you take 25, you should find the, they gave a number like 10, you should find the number that has whose 2 digits. When you multiply them, you get the answer 10. So you should find the least number that does that. So I found out a logic to multiply the 2 numbers and get the digit, and find the least number which can get that. So 5 into 2 is 10. We need to get that logic and write the program for that.
Okay. And the other one?
And the other one was like they gave distances from different cities. So we had to find the 2 cities which covered the least distance. So I used the sorting, first I used bubble sort algorithm to solve that, but the thing was time limit was exceeding because it had several for loops. So I used another algorithm called quicksort. So that took lesser time, so that I could solve the code faster, and all of the test cases passed.
Okay. So is it like, so these are all like what, there's no choice and all that, so it's just you have to explain.
Yeah,
go on.
yes ma'am.
All right. And so this is what you study in your subjects. Do you study from in EC all this?
In EC, we don't exactly study all of these programming things. I actually studied on my own from YouTube and other online courses.
Okay, so what courses did you do?
I did different courses on Python data structures, and then I did courses on C, C++.
Okay.
And I did.
Can you say some of the courses which are good, which you could recommend?
There are certain courses on Coursera, which the college provided us for free. So in that we did some courses on Python, which had basics of Python and then data structures of Python. And I even did the data structures in Python course in NPTEL.
Okay.
So that helped me a lot.
Okay.
And then I did a few courses on Udemy on machine learning. That helped me a lot in interview.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, okay. All right. So after you cleared this, so that was all in the this thing, and then you got a interview call.
Interview call. After about 10 days, I received the result. They were like, "We'll inform you shortly about the interview." And then after about 5 days, I received a mail that I'll be having interview in the next 2 days. So I started preparing from that day, and then the next 2 days I did a lot of preparations. And on 27th, I had my interview. So there were 3 people in that interview. One was the technical recruiter, one was the HR, and one was the manager. So I actually had the interview at 12:30, but due to some delay, it went on till 2:30 to start the interview.
Okay.
So then.
So I just want to this thing. See, many a times when these online interviews are there, the students get very panicky. Oh, the timing is like this, and then it's got like
Yes.
So do they let you know that it's going to be delayed, or
Yes,
do they keep
actually,
you informed?
I waited till 1:30, and then they let me into the meeting, and then they told it's lunch time, so please bear with us. Come at 2:30.
So they inform you about
Yes,
it. So
they
that's
informed me
all
about
right.
Then at 2:30 the interview started. First I had to show them my government ID card, which was Aadhaar card, and then I showed them my 10th, 12th and all my engineering mark sheets, so that they verify the marks.
So they told you have to keep it ready
Yes,
with you.
they mentioned in the mail.
All right.
And then they checked if the eligibility criteria met it.
All right.
So once everything was sorted, then they started with the interview.
Okay.
So the technical recruiter was the first guy to start asking questions. So he started asking questions about my project.
Okay.
I mentioned 3 projects in my resume which I had actually done. And then I started explaining all of those projects. It involved concepts like IoT, embedded systems, and some 2 projects involved machine learning and deep learning. One was a project which I did an internship, and I explained them all of that projects in detail. Then they asked me a few questions on that project. I answered them, and then they asked me if I had done the programming part in all of those projects. I told yes, I had done that. And then they asked me what was my favorite programming language. I told them it was Python. And then they started asking questions on Python, like what are the libraries you know, and a few questions on tuples and lists.
Like what? I mean, can you give an example? Something that you remember.
What is the difference between tuple and list? What is the difference between array and list? And then what are the different libraries you know in Python. I explained some libraries which are involved in machine learning, so that I try to divert my interview towards my strong domain, which was machine learning. So then it successfully happened, and then they started asking me questions on machine learning. So they asked me some basic questions on machine learning, like what are the different steps involved in machine learning, how do you pre-process the data, how do you deal with categorical data in machine learning, and then what are the different algorithms that you know. Then they asked me to explain an algorithm called as SVM. I explained that, and then they asked me a few questions on deep learning, like different types of neural networks and all of that. And then the technical recruiter was done with this interview.
Okay. So how long did this whole thing take place?
The
Time?
technical recruiter took a lot of time. It was like 30 minutes of that thing. And then the manager and HR did not take a lot of time. They completed really early.
So what was their questions? What did they ask?
The manager asked some teamwork related questions, which were like if you have an opinion, your teammate has another opinion, like how do you solve that, how do you like come to an agreement between you two. And then you are good at machine learning. If you are given a project on some other platform like cloud computing, what would you do? Will you accept that project?
Yeah, so what did you say?
I said yes. If there is a learning opportunity, I'm always ready to accept that. Because I might be interested in machine learning, but I'm also interested in learning other new technologies.
Yeah, very nice.
So they were like impressed with that, and then manager was done with their questions, and then HR started asking me a few questions. There were few basic questions which tested my knowledge in the company, like did I follow that company on any social media. I told them yeah, I followed them on LinkedIn.
Okay, you followed them?
Yes,
oh,
I
very
had followed
good.
them.
Okay. So which are the other companies that you were following?
I had followed Capgemini, Cognizant, Infosys.
Okay.
All of these.
So all the companies that are coming to the campus, you were in
Yes,
touch. Since when were you following them?
When the company came to our college and
Alright.
they told they're recruiting us, I would follow them. I would check their profiles, what are the recent status in the company and all that. And then they also asked me what is the recent news you have seen about TCS. The previous day, the first chairman of TCS had expired. So I told them about that, and they were like, yeah, that is unfortunate. And then they told me about the 1 year bond, and then they told me about relocations.
Okay.
So I told yes, I'm flexible with relocation. I'm okay with the bond.
Yeah.
And then they were done with the interview.
Okay, okay. So Prajwal, I just want to ask you, what do you think actually made you succeed? Because not everyone, there were around 54 or whatever students who have actually cleared the NQT, but you know, to clear digital is very difficult.
Yes.
So what actually made you, what do you think, what was your strong point which made you go through?
I actually was prepared for the aptitude. From 2 years we had the aptitude.
Okay, so you were
sessions in
training and you were
college.
doing
Yes,
that,
yes.
oh god, huh?
I used all the online platforms such
You
as
used?
Reference Globe and India.
So how was Reference Globe? Did you find it?
Reference Globe it had different levels. It had like all the questions were sorted. This numerical aptitude, this section, this section. So I had answered we were given the ID and the password to ourselves, so we could open it at home also. So I used it and I practiced it before the interviews and all that. And
India Bix, you were saying?
India Bix also, like if I wanted a specific question in a specific topic, I would go there and I would check that the method to solve it. Everything would be given in India Bix. It is an open source platform, anybody can use it.
Yeah, yeah. Anything else do you think, I mean, what really made you clear?
The programming part, I had actually prepared a lot from a few years. Like I had started learning the basics of Python from the second year.
Oh, very nice.
So I was not sure if core companies would be arriving to the college. So I was mostly diverted towards the IT sector.
Okay.
So I started preparing on all of these Python and C. So I was, by the time I was applying for the interview, I was quite familiar with these languages.
All right. So you think if a student actually really prepares, they can clear TCS Digital? I mean, how tough? Because others, I mean, there's so many students who write, but actually, even though you say it was fairly okay and all that, not everyone clears.
Yes. It is mostly based on the on how you answer the questions in the exam. If you are in a calm mind, if you are not tensed, you seem it is easier to answer than when you are like tense.
Very stressed. I think the stress is because you're not very well prepared.
Yes,
so I
yes.
think preparation is very important.
Preparation is very
and
important.
your internships and all that you said you did an internship
Yes, yes.
and
I did an internship in a company called as BI Solution, Bangalore. It was an online internship. They had done a few projects which they explained us to the first, and then we had to do those projects on our own. It was based on machine learning and all. So that really helped me in learning what is machine learning, how is it done. And all that.
okay. So how did you get that internship?
Actually, it was an online internship. One of my friends sent me that link. So
Okay.
then I contacted them and I started.
Did they pay you for that or is it
No,
free?
it was free.
Free, all right. So any tips to the juniors finally, you know, what they could do to...
The main thing is preparations. You have to constantly keep preparing yourself, getting updated with the technology, and also see whichever company is coming, apply for the companies which you are interested in, not apply for each and every company that comes, and prepare yourself for the interviews, how you present yourself and how you present your projects, do the projects, not directly like somebody else has done, you just go with them. You actually have to do the projects, get yourself understand the technology that is used in that.
Yeah. And Prajwal, what is your marks? I mean, they just asked for 60%. What is yours?
Mine was 7.9 CGPA.
Yeah. So somewhere I think, you know, you being good in academics also helps because you
Yes,
are
yes, yes.
you have
That,
to be strong
if
because
you have even if you are good at technical knowledge, if you don't have a CGPA about 6, above 6, you
no,
cannot.
if you're good in
apply.
technical, you will get marks. How can
Yeah.
your technical skills not be reflected in marks?
But
it has
you
to.
have to focus on studies also.
No, that's what your marks.
Yes.
Your marks you have to, because you're learning engineering, you have to focus on your marks.
Yes,
Other than that, your aptitude, your project, and your internship.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you so much, Prajwal, and I hope this was helpful. And it's bye from both of us.